All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm Andrew Pawlak, co-founder and CEO at leadPops.com. I've got a good friend, longtime client of leadPops, influencer in the mortgage industry. I'll let him introduce himself, but it's Evan Wade. Take it away, Evan. Who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Andrew. My name is Evan Wade. I am the President and CEO of Epoch Lending, and I am also a partner at Philadelphia Mortgage Brokers as well. We both companies are mortgage brokerages. Philadelphia Mortgage Brokers obviously is more of a hyper-local brand, very locally focused kind of company. Epoch Lending, I just kind of looked at an opportunity through technology to plug loan officers in throughout the country to, in the communities that they serve, and, being able to leverage that technology to, streamline their business. 11 years I've been doing mortgages now. I started out in retail banking in the branches. They had the genius idea of letting customer service reps in the branch take mortgage applications and try closing those. So with a one-day training class, but I quickly fell in love with it, and here I am.
Really cool, man. Inspiring story. So from loan officer to owner of a couple companies, partner in a couple companies, definitely an influencer in the industry. I see a lot of people seeking your feedback, seeking your advice. You share a lot of your knowledge openly online. So it's cool seeing your growth even in the last few years since we've known each other. So really cool stuff. What kind of attracted you to, I guess, the leadPops solution originally when you first stumbled into it? Or, how did you find it, and kind of what drew you in when you first came across leadPops?
Yeah. So I don't want a website that's just, purely informational. And that's what a lot of people just, they're like, oh, I know I need a website. So they just throw up, some, one of your competitors typically, and they're recommended, but there's no marketing kind of thought process behind that website. There's no call to action. There's no long form lead funnels. So, a user coming to a website and all it is a couple pages about loan products, and your phone number and email address on there, you're not attracting them to give you any other information at the end of the day. So and back when I originally got leadPops, you guys were using, you were still on your old template, which I couldn't stand. it was way out of date at that point. But at the end of the day, you can't argue the marketing spin that's what you guys focused on, is to actually have a website that you can make money from at the end of the day, where consumers are, clicking through. There's call to actions. I think, weren't we talking about this one time that you counted and there were like 75 call to actions on your typical leadPops website? Or was it?
Yeah, 75 plus, depending on which template you're on. So now there's a few of them.
Yes. Leading up to this call, I did I had my assistant go scrub through all the leads that we got. So to give a little bit of kind of background behind the Philadelphia Mortgage Brokers website, just at first kind of, you thinking of that name is like, oh, wow, this is actually a searchable term, our company name. And that was very intentional. My partner, Paul, actually came up with the name, and he said it to him, like, first of all, there's no way the name of this company is still available in, 2018. And second of all, I'm like, it doesn't sound like, I don't know. But then I was like, it took me like, 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, wow. People actually type that in. They type in like mortgage brokers in Philadelphia or Philadelphia mortgage brokers, like all that. So I knew that as long as I got a website that had at least a minimal focus on SEO, we're going to start ranking on the search results organically. So I have yet, 2.5 years later, to even drive any paid traffic to our website. So all of our leads that we generate it's free organic traffic, that just people finding us on Google and the organic search results. And we've generated 578 total leads in those 2.5 years. And we closed, I think we're still missing a few because we changed loan origination systems about a year and a half ago. So I have to go scrub those. But so far we've gotten up to 19 units closed for $86,000 and change in that 2.5 years, just spending your subscription fee. So, and it's just shy of like $3,000 in that 2.5 years. So, I mean, that's like a 33x ROI. So, I mean, you can't really, I mean, at the end of the day, you can't say, I don't think there's anybody out there that can say that there's any other website platform out there that you made that kind of money in that amount of time. So yeah.
I love to hear that. I will still guess that we've broken 6 figures, because you said
I think we have.
Missing.
I mean, at the end of the day, our average revenue is probably around $6,000 alone, roughly.
We're literally like 2-3 away from 100 grand.
So I'm pretty sure we just missed them.
Yeah.
And we're already above that. We're already in that 6 figures. Awesome. For sure. Yeah.
Awesome. So just to recap, 2.5 years, 500 something. What'd you say? 570 leads?
578 leads. So there's going to be some fake ones in there too. So, you know, the conversion rate at the end of the day is going to be much better because I think it's around 3%. It would be that number of 19 units versus 578 leads. But I would say there's probably at least 25 fake leads in that mix. So it's probably closer to 5%, I would say. Conversion rate, actual conversion rate, not just like visitors. Because I mean, those metrics are easy for me to, just go into the leadPops admin panel, and you guys have a fantastic analytics in there to at least measure your impressions or visitors versus completed lead forms. So those rates are super high. I mean, we'll touch into the 20-30% range sometimes. On the people visitors actually filling those funnels out. So that's also very good. But at the end of the day, I think that kind of question that everybody asks you is like, how much money am I actually going to make from it? So I'm glad I was able to dig that figure up and kind of I guess squash any kind of hesitation, I guess.
Leads are great, Evan, but how much money did you make is the question, right? So about 90 grand that you are pretty sure about, with probably a handful of deals that you haven't been able to source yet that you could attribute. So pretty good, man.
And that's
about $3,000.
That's spending $0 on any kind of no social media marketing, no Google pay-per-click, no, like nothing. Like it's literally just people finding us on Google that we did not pay for the traffic at all. So, I would imagine that we would have made a lot more money if I put paid traffic into the mix.
Thank you, man, for making some time. Thank you for sharing your numbers, your success. Thanks for being an awesome client. We appreciate you. Anything else you wanted to add or touch on?
The end of the day, like no matter where, I'm sure all channels are going to be watching this. So, even if you work for a company that might not necessarily let you have your own website, I would get the funnels. If you're a mortgage broker, I mean, forget all these other companies. Like I've scoured every single one of them, and outside of, you going out and spending $25,000 on a custom website. And, even if you do that, I would still recommend putting leadPops funnels in there versus trying to recreate it on your own. I mean, just stop messing around. Stop using these, companies that aren't focused on, like you said, the whole partnership. So I just, I go on these mortgage brokers websites all the time, and there's just a lot to be desired, and you can actually make a lot of money. I mean, nowadays everybody's making money because we're so busy, and refinances are, falling out of the sky, without doing any effort. But, this gravy train is going to end at some point. So, start investing in the future now, because most of these leads that we've, that are talked about the revenue, we're going back to 2019. It was a lot slower last year. A lot of those were closed, beginning of this year, pre-COVID and last year. So these aren't just like, this isn't business we just recently closed. This is, it's historic aged kind of information that we have. So I would definitely strongly suggest just jump into leadPops for sure. And it's been a consistent, reliable partner that, it's not You're just there and you're making us money at the end of the day. And that's what I'm looking for in partners, and companies that are continually trying to improve as well, come out with new ideas. And that's kind of what any partner, technology partner or vendor that I use, usually the number one thing in my mind is, are they companies that take feedback? Are they companies that are focused on innovation? That's what I decide on versus the tried and true companies out there that have been out there for 20 years. And yes, it works, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not helping you improve or create efficiencies in your business. So that's one of the major reasons why I use leadPops is because I know that you guys aren't going anywhere, and you're just continuing to try and get better and better and better, and you listen to your customers' feedback as well.
Awesome. All right, great, man. I appreciate you so much, Evan. Thank you.